What's up and welcome back to Graphic Heroes. Now, as many of you know, Wednesday is New Comic Book Day at your local comic book shops. So to better prepare you for that, I've put together a list of comic books that caught my eye that are coming out this week that maybe you want to put on your radar. So, our comic book forecast for the day, in no particular order, is like, a top 10 list or a baker's dozen or, some ballpark number around 10 to 12 or 13 or so here they are in no particular order. So starting off the list, we got Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Now, Long Halloween dropped in '96 for the first time, and it may be one of the most influential standalone Batman stories ever. Fight me on this. So this is going to be the last installment of the Long Halloween run. So they say, at least for now. So Batman The Last Halloween is an all-new 10-part miniseries that's going to conclude the story's run from 2021, the Long Halloween special. In issue 1, Gotham City learns to fear Halloween once more as a terrible event threatens to destroy Jim Gordon's life and puts Batman and Robin's teamwork to the test more than ever. Can anyone really be trusted? So that's Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Issue 1 drops this week. Okay, Image Comics is dropping a new comic run called Blood Train. Now, this is a one-shot, and they're comparing it to 28 Days Later meets Ruins in this high-stakes standalone horror story. After backpacking through Asia, a group of friends climb aboard the Siberian Express to start their journey home. Little do they know, they bought a one-way ticket to hell. So not to go into the whole thing, but some of the backstory is the group of friends are going to be put to the test where they have to either decide to kill someone they love in order to save the world or die trying. Blood Train. Okay, kicking off Black History Month, DC's dropping this bad boy. The Justice League's watchtower looming in the skies is intended to inspire hope and faith in the superheroes. But not everyone believes that metahumans act in humanity's best interest. So a paramilitary group takes to the streets to take the Earth back for the human race. Enter the Return of the Power Company. I mean, this looks good. Definitely be checking that out. Okay, all right, now this one I am super excited for. This looks hysterical to me. This is Lex Luthor. This comic book is called Lex and the City. It's number 1, it's a one-shot. Here's kind of the backdrop for it. It's Valentine's Day, which means love and heartbreak is sweeping over the city. Every city in the DCU, in fact. So this is an anthology that's going to collect 8 stories of heroes and villains looking for love in the big city, which practically feels like its own character. So we got Lex Luthor lamenting over the one that got away. You know which one I'm talking about. Superman. So, needless to say, Lex in the City looks like it's going to be, hysterical. So I'm definitely going to check that one out. And that might be the one I review this week because the comic I'm really waiting for isn't dropping this week. It's probably going to drop the following week. So anyone watching the channel who's waiting for the exciting conclusion of what's going on with Superman and Doomsday, you're going to have to wait another week for that one. Okay, so this next one, Dust to Dust. This looks pretty good. This is the second issue in the Dust to Dust run, brought to you by Image Comics. This comic is set in the Great Depression and follows a photojournalist, Sarah, and her 2 young children, as the city and the residents of New Hope is completely engulfed by a massive dust storm, leaving behind nothing but death and destruction. So this is pretty awesome. The artwork in it looks just great. So definitely want to check that one out. Okay, so this one, not to be confused with Blood Train, is Kill Train. This is going to be a short, limited run. This is number 1 of 5. To control the population explosion that nearly crippled the city, New York has instituted Kill Train, a randomized experimental program where designated subway trains are picked at random and all the passengers are slaughtered by the time it gets to the end of the line. In this not-so-distant future, we meet Vanessa, a struggling single mom, in the midst of a nervous breakdown, who discovers that she herself is on said kill train. Now, for once in her life, and with everything to prove, Vanessa decides she ain't going down without a fight. So, I gotta tell you, I'm probably gonna pick this one up It looks wild and the idea of it is insane. And I spent, a good decade in New York City. So there's something special about the metropolitan subway system to me. So I'm definitely gonna be picking this one up. Kill Train. Okay, this next one's DC Comics, The Untold Legend of Batman. So they're saying this comic is going to test the Cape Crusaders' detective skills in ways we've never seen it been tested before. This is going to be a limited edition. This is a special edition reprint that collects all 3 issues into one limited series. I wonder if you guys can hear that. The rain's coming down pretty hard right now. Hopefully the house stays. Okay, so this next comic that caught my eye, check out the artwork on this cover. Barbarella number 3, for all you Barbarella fans out there. In her seemingly hopeless quest for some rest and relaxation, Barbarella visits what's supposed to be an idyllic planet, only to find out that it has mysteriously descended into anarchy and chaos. And what's even worse, she discovers that she might be the one responsible for the breakdown. So might be worth a check out. Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting their 6th issue for this run. The artwork, of course, looks great. And it's Ninja Turtles, man. Who doesn't like that? So Psylocke number 3, we're finally getting that dropped. And what this comic is kind of about is Psylocke is hot on the trail of a mutant trafficking ring, but a dangerous new villain is actually tracking her while she's tracking the ring. And the question is, has her past come back to haunt her, or has her investigation made her new enemies? And who doesn't like a good Psylocke story? All right, wrap this up. 2 more. Here we go. Now, Storm, the one, the only, the legendary Storm, she's getting a new comic run. This is called Life Drain. This is issue number 1. It's dropping this week. And this is going to be an anthology that honors the many extraordinary lives of Storm. A woman too powerful to contain, unleashing a side of her no one's ever seen before. So I'm wondering, are they going to do kind of like the Phoenix version of whatever Storm turns into? I'd love to see that. Okay. Closing us off, we got Spider-Man. This is issue number 2. So your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is kind of a retelling of the Spider-Man story. So we're picking them back up. We got Spider-Man, hasn't been the same since he's been bitten by a radioactive spider, and he's learning the ropes of how to be Spider-Man. It's the origin story we all know and love, based off of the new Disney animated series of the same title. All right, well, that's the comic book forecast for the week, so make sure you get to your local comic book shops and support the community. And until then, stay graphic. It's gonna catch on. Stay graphic.